We're live. We live. We live. Devil dogs. Simplify. Welcome back. Welcome back. Come on down. Come on down. Red light. Come on down. Got a lot of work to do today. A lot of work to do today. A lot of craziness going on. Actually, everything seems to be pretty chill these days, huh? Pretty chill. The war in Iran's coming to an end, surely and slowly. Cuba is next on the table. The master plan is working. I love when a plan goes together. It's all coming together. Gas is still a little too much, but I'm from California. There's not much I shouldn't be talking about gas prices. I'm the least person in this world to be talking about gas prices. Anyone from California. So that really doesn't affect anyone that I know in California. California is we screw ourselves over the gas prices. A little blip here and there in the gas prices don't affect anyone in California. Train tracks. Howard, Devil Dog, what's going on, brother? Simplify, man. Simplify. Butters says what's up, brother. Butters says what's up, man. She's dude, ever since he told me about that Penny story, man, I swear she's the only pug I've ever had that will try to chew on everything. This dog will try to bite everything, dude. She chews on cement. Dude, I've seen her. Oh, dude, she had a piece of glass in her mouth the other day. Dude, I'm telling you, Howard, every day she'll have something, and it reminds me of you, brother. So welcome back, Zipper 5, man. She had a piece of glass in her mouth, dude. I was like, what are you doing? She just had it, stuck it out. I grabbed it out of her tongue and was like, oh, fuck, dude. That would have been my dead daughter. Oh, dude, cement, rocks, pebbles, dirt, clumps of dirt. You name it, dude, she'll pick it up with her mouth. Tissue, socks, soles of your shoe. Dude, it's a disaster. She's a pest. She's a menace to society, dude. She's a menace. But she's one of the damn cutest pugs, man, I've ever had. I've had 7. My family's had 7 pugs. She's probably up. She might be like the cutest pug we've ever had. Most definitely. Most definitely. Pugs are walking garbage disposal. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Dude, it's unreal. It's unreal. Yeah, I'm glad Trump didn't authorize the bombing of Iran after the non-meeting yesterday. No need. Oh, I guess we can do it a little bit. Bridges. I wouldn't do like the nuclear power plants or power. I would pretty much bomb everything else, and then do you even need to make a deal with I guess you kind of want to. You don't want it to turn into a North Korea situation. That's probably, I have no idea. But Cuba's next. That's all I know. That's all I care about. Cuba is next. Cuba is next. I don't know how that one's gonna go down. Maybe snag the dude president up again. Because it seems like that dude's a douchebag. Someone like that has been in power, the president of Cuba, for that long. I think they need to go. They need to go. Gotta leave in 15. No worries, bro. No worries. No worries, brother. You got something. Oh, shit. Dude, these roads suck. What's up, sour guy? You popped? Hey, I pop all the time, dude. I pop all the time. Don't forget to wipe. This road's dog crap. This road is awful. Not bad, man. I'll tell you what, man. Hearing about all this military stuff in Iran and the way our military has been presenting itself and the coordination and it's a man. Oh, dude, it just surprises me every time I hear something about our military because it still goes beyond, above and beyond my expectations. Still, way beyond my expectations. The training that these boys do, man, it's amazing. And we wouldn't look so good, we wouldn't look so good if the other countries that we fought were like halfway decent, halfway capable, but it just comes to a point where the US of A is just too far forward, and building stuff and technology. Like Iran can't even build tanks. I always say that if you can't build a tank, you're never gonna win a war. It's just common. It's just common knowledge, man. That's good. And here I got some fam in there. Oh, nice. Yo, happy Wednesday, Devil Dog. Hey, Ransom Jackson, my man. Semper Fi, Semper Fi. Hello, fellow content creator. How are you doing today? OG Gunny, what's up, brother? I'm doing good, man. Doing good. Can't complain. Can't complain. Got my health. I was just in the VA hospital getting my blood drawn and getting checked up on. So I'll get the results tomorrow. I'm sure they'll find something wrong with me. And it was probably not a good idea. I had a big old energy drink before I walked in there and an apple, but I didn't tell nobody. I didn't tell nobody. You don't tell nobody that stuff. Doing good, brother. How about yourself, man? Life's good, man. Life's good. California is doing good. We might turn Republican. We got two front runners for the Republican Party, so it's pretty cool. Big things are happening. Big things are happening. Our military is doing just fine. Everyone's doing good, man. Our military is it's what I like to see. It makes me proud. You want to be, when you look at your military, you hear about your military, you want to be proud, right? You want to be like, damn, those are our boys. Those are our boys. That's every time I hear something on the news about our military, that's all I think about. It's like, those are our boys, dude. You know, not bad. We're driving through Hookerville, so we might catch a slum bum or two driving up and down the street. It'll be great. You see some booty cheeks, some stanky booty cheeks. That's good. I hear that got some fam in there. How are you doing today? Good, man. That's good. That's good. I heard that got some fam in there. Fam? What's up, fam? That guy's walking around with the blanket on his head. Maybe. I don't know, brother. I don't know. Not sure. Not sure. It'll be a light day. Nice light day. My nephews are still training, man. Still training, still playing. Everything's good, man. Can't complain. Can't complain. Life's still burning and turning. We went to the moon and back. One of those that that black guy on the Artemis mission. He's from right here, right where I'm driving. Pomona, California. He's from the slums, dude. The dude grew up in the ghetto. In the ghetto. He made it out of the ghetto, dude. He's a homegrown Californian, dude. He's a cool dude, cool cat. Even the news try to get him with that black and skin color tan type crap conversation. Uh uh. Well, you gotta be the first woman. You gotta be the first black dude. Dude, what? Shut up, dude. No one cares. No one cares. Why does the news care about how tan you are? It beats me, dude. It beats me. A lot of things happening in the good old US of A, man. A lot of things. We got couple a couple big events probably gonna happen. So what I think Saturday the George Washington will finally be in position in the Mediterranean or wherever goddamn sea they're in. So there'll be 3 aircraft carriers finally locked in that part of the world, and I think pretty close to Saturday or Sunday morning. I think we'll start hitting them again. I think we're just gonna wait till our next carrier gets there. Oh, if they don't shoot anything, I might not shoot anything back. But the minute something happens like that, it's on again. But it's kind of we're as long as UAE and the Saudis aren't getting rockets thrown at them, or Jordan or Kuwait. I'll let this thing last until something pops off. Then I'm definitely going after the bridges. If I was the Dawn, if I was the commander in chief, the bridges would be gone. Any other buildings would be gone. The ports would be blocked still. The strait would be blocked still, and it would just be business as usual, as best as you can, until further notice. If you can't get your oil from the strait, you gotta go somewhere else, man. Go buy it from wherever else you can. That's always the that's one things like weird dictatorships or weird countries don't understand. If you cause an economic problem in the world, businesses have the freedom of movement. I think Iran miscalculated how fast a country will be like, fuck, I can't buy anything here. I'll just buy it here. It'll cost me a little more because I got to sail a little farther or whatnot. But other than that, you just kind of roll with the punches. That's they just think, oh well, I'm sure we'll block the strait and the oil supply for the rest of the world will be cut in half, and they'll I guarantee that's the conversation they had. No one said, well, what if like the oil companies just go somewhere else? What if they just go somewhere else? I think we're starting to see all that right now. It's a nice little neighborhood. Nice little neighborhood, except for this liquor store. Liquor store with sea wire all over it. That's promising. You know you're in a promising place when you have a liquor store on the corner of a neighborhood full of concertina wire. And it says EBT accepted. Yikes. What the fuck is that? That's Nick Shirley Law is sick. Oh yeah, the Dems knee capped salt. Oh yeah, dude, Swalwell. I totally forgot about that mook, dude. I'm telling you, boys. I think I've been telling you, California's more. I think more of a Republican state than you know. But I've been saying it on this channel, man. People in you really have to piss people off in California to start getting up. And people in California are really tired. I don't know what they're tired of. If you ask so many people in California, if you ask, you would get 50 million different answers. But, I mean, our governors might change. The Swalwell, that dude's a Californian dude. He's gone. Uh, yeah, man. Nick Shirley's been all over San Diego and Los Angeles, and now they're trying to pass that Nick Shirley law, dude. Like you can't investigate a business for fraud. That shit ain't ever gonna pass, dude. And it's impossible to. I mean, people will investigate whatever they like. This guy, like, I mean, he just goes to buildings just like this. I mean, you could probably Google it. I live by a lot of leering centers for sure. There's learning leering centers where I live, like a lot actually. But you can actually see them. You can actually walk. I mean, how you can go have pizza and watch all the kids go in there and learn, and the teacher. There's windows. You can actually see what's going on in there. Yeah, dude. I mean, you just go to a business and say, "Hey, I want to apply here," and if they can't start answering your questions as a legitimate business, it's not really, it's how can you pass that as a law? You're just asking questions. Yeah, the Democrats are wild, dude. These fools are wild. But that's why they lose, man. Because I mean, I want in California, you want them to keep going. I mean, the more crazy shit you hear out of California, that's what pisses people off, dude. Because people aren't dumb. People aren't dumb around here. We're just here in California, man. It's just you gotta California. People just don't care. Not a lot of No, I'm not gonna care. Not gonna care. Life's too busy out here, man. Yeah, dude, New York is like the city that never sleeps, or Vegas. I don't know, man. California, there's no nothing. You can sleep outside. I don't know. People in California, I think, are a little different. If it doesn't bother them, they won't do it. They're hanging. I'm the same way. I'm not gonna freaking go out of my way, get stuck in traffic for 10 minutes to vote. So unless it really affects my life, I'm not going to waste my time. But that's I think it's changing because people are voting Republican now more than ever. People are and all that. And people know around here that there's probably a lot of fraud, especially in LA County. I bet you there's so much fraud in LA County, it's disgusting. I'd like 50 billion, dude. If there was $9 billion of fraud in Minneapolis, dude, I would quadruple that out here. Quadruple it. Fang, yeah. Oh, what's up, brother? How you doing, man? Fang, yeah, Smallwell. I can't believe that was a big deal. That guy. I mean, I like the Bill Clinton type deal, the Epstein. It's like girls, the Johnny Depp girls come out and start crocodile tearing and crying and all this other shit, dude. Like I hate it. I just that's so annoying, but there's got to be something to it when there's a criminal investigation behind it. It's so weird to me, dude. And in California, there's no statute of limitations for sexual assault. So I guess I could be technically charged for the butt grabbing I did in high school or wherever, you know. There's no limitation. There's no so I don't I don't get it. I like I don't, do I just that's hard. I mean I don't like there's we've heard these allegations from chicks from the past like 8 years. It's exhausting, and I really don't believe it. But these are the laws that he passed. They passed the no statute of limitations shit. They passed these laws, and now the same laws that they passed are biting the people that wrote down the laws, dude. I you can't make it up. This is insane. Oh, there's a big mama there trying to sell her butt. What's up, James? How you doing, brother? Long time no see. Long time no see. Long time, brother. Simplify, simplify. Funny facts. While I grew up in Ohio. Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. Because, dude, I could, dude, like, I could tell whether people have grown up in California or not. And if that, 100%, I never really thought he grew up in California. He's too white. He looks like he's from Iowa or Mississippi or Montana. Like he's that like pearly white color. Pearly's too much of a pretty color. He's more of that trailer park trash color. Out here, if you lived out here, everyone here is tan or dark. You're, he's too. I always thought I didn't know that. I didn't know he was from actually Ohio or Iowa. I didn't know that. Grew up in my hometown. His dad was our police chief. We run. Oh, really? What's up, James? How you doing, brother? You you need a haircut? Yeah, I actually do, man. I do. We ran him out of here, really. And he doesn't talk like he's from California. Gavin Newsom. Oh, Gavin, when you listen to Gavin Newsom, you can almost say, "Oh yeah, he smells like a California boy," right? Especially him being older too. Even with him being older, but if you look at Swalwell, he looks like he's from the East Coast. He talks like he's from the East Coast. I never thought of him. Yeah, that makes sense. That's crazy. That makes sense, dude. What a piece of shit. His dad was a piece of shit too, huh? He's the police chief of your old town, and oh my god. Well, doesn't the apple doesn't fall from the tree. That's good, James. That's good, brother. Simplify, man. What's up, Flip M7H? What's up, man? I do need a haircut. I do, but my nephew's growing out his hair, so I'm growing out mine. We're doing it together. The Bash Brothers. We're the Bash Brothers. Where are you headed? I'm headed to the old Devil's Lettuce shop. Then I'm gonna go pick up my dog and take her to the doggy park. That's gonna be my morning right now. Nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy. What's today? Wednesday? I think I have a baseball game. I think my nephew's baseball game. I got to look at the schedule. My nephew's baseball game. Just palling around, just palling around. I'll tell you what, man. I feel fantastic. I think this is the happiest I ever been, boys. I feel great. I feel healthy. My back feels fantastic. I gained like weight. I feel more like upright. Whew. I don't think I've complained to you guys lately. That last like couple months of work, man. You guys been here for so long. I was struggling. I knew every time I would jump in the compound. Always felt like I was bitching and complaining. I hated it, dude. Every time I jumped on and talked to you guys, I always felt like I was complaining. It was weird. I'm not a big complainer. I couldn't stop myself. I was like, all right, I'm gonna not talk about how pissed off I am at work. But yeah, it was weird, man. I'm happy, dude. It's been great, man. It's been great. Took some life lessons from Howard and James and Time and Gold and Ben and talking to you guys over the last shoot, man. It's been quite some time talking to you guys over the last like year or so, year and a half. It's opened my eyes to family and what's kind of more important in life. And I know our life. What's up, Devil Dog? Super Five, man. Super Five. I'll be at Charleston for the next weekend. My son plays ball. The only game they won this weekend was when he pitched. That's a confidence boost right there, bro. That's a huge confidence, especially if the only game. Oh, that had to been a tough weekend, man. But you get one game. All it takes is one, man. Winning's contagious. Winning is very contagious. That's good, man. That's good. Yeah, I try to train my nephews, man, a little bit. Try to train them, get their feet going. It's fun, bro. I spend so much time with my nephews now, and my mom and dad. Before, bro, my my mother brings us up every once in a while. Or no, my dad actually. We've all. It's weird when your dad says something. He never talks about it, but he'll bring something up, and you'd be like, "Yeah, that's a good idea." But it's like he was like, we got a. Where were we? We went. My mother's sick, so me and my dad went to go get like dinner and a beer last night. Was it last night? Whenever it was. We were sitting there, and he goes, "What would you? You would just be at home right now, doing nothing, right?" And I go, "What?" He goes, "What would you be doing right now if you didn't sell your place or do what all this stuff that you did?" He said, "You'd just be at home right now." I'd be like, "Oh yeah, yeah, just getting ready for the next work day, man." I think it was Sunday. Yeah, I don't know, I forget. I think it was this Sunday. He said, I was like, oh shoot, yeah, man. I wouldn't be doing anything really. I would just be kind of getting my computer ready for the next work day and getting the old tactical van dusted off. So it's been working out, man. I've glad I made the right choice. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Glad I made the right choice. Hell yeah, man. The only game they won is when he pitched. That had to make you proud. That had to have made you proud. What's up? Oh, dude, Ant Car. What's up, Ant Car? But they, um, yeah, yeah. Oh no, sweet baby Jesus. Oh yeah, yeah. We love sweet baby Jesus around here. We're big sweet baby Jesus fans. We are sweet baby Jesus. Yeah, you see that Israel dude like take the sledgehammer to the crucifix of sweet baby Jesus out there in Lebanon? That wasn't a smart idea. Not a smart idea. Not a smart idea from the Israel guy. But that shit like that happens, dude. A 20-year-old kid he's probably not religious at all, doesn't really care, in some goddamn country he doesn't want to be in, fighting over stupid things he doesn't want to fight over, and here comes a stupid, statue. He grabs a sled. It happens. Picture says 1,000 words, but so does a 20-year-old moron at war. Not a smart choice, but shit happens. I don't blame him. Before you get mad at any soldier or marine, I would ask him when's the last time he got laid. Then you can judge him. Ask him the last time he's got laid. Then he's like, oh yeah, I can see why you're mad. I can see why you're mad. Always baby Jesus and adult Jesus, never teenage Jesus. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of teenage Jesus. That kid was a rascal in his teenage years, tricking people, with his magic and shit. Yeah, we're not doing teenage Jesus. We those were his troublemaking years. You know what I'm saying? Those were his troublemaking years. Everything's good, man. Everything's good. I'm excited to see the end of this war because I want to start another war. We gotta get these things out of the way. We gotta get these things out of the way. We gotta put a bow on this one, sign a piece of paper, or just push them into land and say you can't ever get out and build. I just no more Iran until then turn them into a North Korea-esque type country, or sign something, put a bow on it, peace out, and then go after Cuba. And I would snatch their president up like Maduro. Both those commie bastards would be gone. Comedy gobbledygook, dude. Sending you peace, love, and joy, and a little bit of caca. Hey, Thomas Roger, TR brother, Semper Fi, man. Thanks for coming back. Become a black Israelite brother. Become a black Israelite. A black corn dude. What's up, brother? I have no idea what that even means. Howdy, brother. I'm Gold Leader. What's up, man? How you doing, brother? Gold Leader. I found a twisted tea whiskey last night. It's dangerous. It drinks like sweet tea. Boy, am I feeling it. Twisted tea. Wasn't that the old like death match commercials? Twisted tea with the clay animated characters, right? In that bald ref. Didn't they Twisted tea? Those were good commercials, man. Those were good. I've never idea. I'm not a big tea drinker. Tea or coffee. I've had a sip of tea and like a sip of coffee, but I'm actually kind of jealous that people really enjoy coffee and tea because it's not something I enjoy. I actually am really jealous of that because it seems relaxing, having a cup of tea, or people buy those Arizona iced teas. They look so good. Twisted tea. I'm not a tea drinker, man. It's weird. I don't even, yeah. Someone did? Oh, well. Your mod deleted my, yeah, it might be YouTube. Yeah, YouTube gets really involved in my chat. YouTube really gets involved in my chat. You'd be surprised. My mods don't ban nobody or timeout, or yeah, no. I know our life. You know the mods. You know the mods. Hey, it's YouTube, man. Yeah, YouTube goes after my comments. It seems like it seems like it. Like every time I'm on, someone will be blocked or banned or something like that. It's weird, man. It's a weird one. Maybe it was a Snapple. Oh yeah, Snapples. I remember Snapples. I like Southern style tea. Yeah, sweet tea. You like it steep in the southern sunshine and a big ass jar of the port. See, dude, when that sounds like yeah, Midwest, East Coast, the sweet tea on a porch during sunset. See my yard and my fence, brother. Yeah. YouTube is using a lot of AI. Oh, for sure, dude. And I heard a lot of people are getting like laid off or fired from Google or Microsoft, stuff like that, man. We're in an interesting time, man. We're definitely in an interesting time, interesting life. Interesting time. Next like 10 years will be very. I mean, I think this 4 years with Trump, man, are. I mean, the world is definitely changing. He's forcing a change and stuff. He's forcing changes. He's making people pick sides, and it's great. I'm all for it, man. I'm tired of the Ayatollah and all these other weirdos. It's time for the big dogs to walk and stretch their legs. Time for the big dogs to walk. Nat's gift. You're in a good place when every window has bars on it. Classic. You know, it's funny because out here, a lot of these a lot of these shops that you see used to be farms, and you'll see a corn growing out of some of the, instead of a tree, like a planter and a tree by a business, you'll see corn, just little thing of corns. Basically daycare jobs for unemployment women. What? 2 years to Skynet? Oh, Skynet. Sheesh, 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 sheesh. Uh, if those like Tesla bots come out in real life, I mean, we're already Skynet. We're on the cusp. I don't think it will happen in our lifetime. I don't think it will happen in our lifetime. I think another like 100 years from now, because I think we're in the beginning of creating. I mean, when if you look at the Russian-Ukraine war, we fight wars basically with robots. It's just the distance between us and the enemy it's gonna grow vaster, and then we're gonna put something like a robot, like an actual robot, in front of us, because the objective of the military is, if I have to engage my enemy, I'm gonna shoot it at such a distance where he can't get me. And if we are on the equal if we got equal weaponry where he can get me and I can get him, I need something in front of me. So if I miss and he gets me, he'll hit that object. We don't have that object yet. We have distance. We can out distance them. We have better accuracy, but we can't stop them from doing it. And robots are like the Tesla bot, something that can stand there and have eyes and visually see what's going on. That's going to take a little time. That's going to take a little time. Equal footing. Vaster is not a word. Vaster? I don't know. You got to look it up. Could be a word. Could be a word. You don't know what you don't know. Get a dictionary, or I was going to say thesaurus, but that's for other meanings. More vast, yeah, something like that. Yeah, it could be a word. You don't know what you don't know. Have you ever not known something and someone told you and then you knew? Yeah, that's you don't know what you don't know. But Skynet, we're almost there, because we have Johnny Fives, we'll have robots to go get the bomb. I think Ukraine finally used a drone with a machine gun, like a tractor drone, to clear a trench. So that the thing that's stopping that's is in front of us, it's almost there. Our military is becoming more defensive. I think since World War, oh, I mean, I don't know, since America was founded until, I don't know, I would almost say like Desert Storm, we've been trying to build offensive weapons. I think, Vietnam, Korea, a lot of missiles, new planes, bigger boats, faster tanks. Vietnam, Korea, desert, anything in between World War One, World War Two, up until, like, I would almost say Desert Storm, where a lot of our equipment got upgraded and changed to more of a defensive. I think we hit our peak with offensive weapons. Unless you want to throw a missile or shoot a missile even farther or faster. So now our military, I think, is changing to more defensive weapons, and I think that's where I caught like the beginning of the end of the start of the beginning for. So like Desert Storm happened, and you can look at the old pictures of those guys. Uniforms were kind of weird, helmets. They didn't have. They had flak jackets, but they didn't have the sappy plates. And then when I was there, it got really good. And then now you look at guys in the military, their shit's nice. Now we're coming up with, chameleons or stuff to jam radars. It's more, I believe, we're on a more of a defensive path. And that's where robots come in. That's where Johnny Fives come in to get bombs. That's where, we can see in the dark. So, not, we already conquered the night. The militaries that we do fight don't even have night vision goggles, so they can't fight half the day. So it's baby steps. It takes a lot of planning, think about it. Think about mass producing, 5 million night vision goggles. That has to be a fortune for whoever's buying that and then passing them out. And so it takes a while. It absolutely takes a while to get your. It's interesting, man. Iran's what, twice as big as Texas, like it's big. Iran's a big crap hole. And then, where all the leaders are dead. That's amazing. Imagine if we killed Saddam like that, and his sons, and Baghdad Bob, and Chemical Ali like that. If we knocked out the leadership of the Ba'athist Party in Iraq as fast as that war would have never lasted. And Saddam actually had a military. Like those guys, actually, the Republican Guard and the Iraqi army, they came out to fight. The IRGC hasn't even. I don't. I don't even know. They just go on, like an old guy every once in a while, go on camera and talk shit. Like, I thought you would see, like, 10,000 troops headed towards the coastline but they don't do shit, man. I don't think like the last military we'll ever fight was Saddam's. I don't think we'll ever fight another military for a long time again. There is no other military to fight, to be honest. Think about it. When's the next time the United States will like go to toe with another military? Not. It ain't gonna be Russia's military. Russia can't even. Russia's military is all dead. They all died. They're all dying in Ukraine for 4 years. For 4 years, China hasn't fought a war since 1947. The China can't even move their military outside their own borders. And who the hell would want to fight for the Communist Party of China? I'm sure they're soldiers. They're 22-year-old soldiers in the Chinese, the Republican or Chinese Communist Party army really wants to die for them. I'm sure that they're infused. Yo, T was, what's up, man? Super Fi. Vaster for president? Hey, not bad. What's your thoughts on this whole situation, brother? You've been watching of the Nick Irving? Watching any of the Nick Irving interviews? Nick Irving. I don't know who Nick Irving is. There's Michael Irving, brother. I'm not sure. I'm not sure who Nick Irving is. On Vlad TV. Hmm. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's going on that one. T-Wiz. Oh, Nick Shirley. Oh, yeah. Oh, shoot. Shit. Why don't you say something? Why don't you say something? Uh, oh, man. Yeah, there's so much fraud in California. 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 Your best bet is just to cut all federal funding unless it's going towards, something you can actually just look on paper and be like, oh, yeah, you're good there. I don't know. Name a federal funded program out here. I can't even name one. But, dude, I guarantee you, there's so much fraud out here. There's so much you probably can't. You probably can't even stop it. I'm dude, if you go to like LA or downtown LA there's so much crap out there. It's just impossible. You would have to it would take you a year just to drive around LA just to check up on all the places, It would take you a whole team just to do it in a year, just to knock on the fraud places and to see if someone's there. Or, I would just any place that I would cancel them all, dude. It's so out of control. I don't even like watching that Nick Shirley stuff because I already know, dude. I already know, and I don't want to see like my hometown. That's what I'm saying. I'll put my head in the sand. I don't want to see like where I live, and because I know he's gonna go to some of these places where I live. I know. We can go down the road and see like 50 people stand outside of a house. They're just losers, dude. I don't know. Money, like I had, when it comes to like politicians and people like talking about money, you hear politicians, well, it cost them $300 million to build the ballroom in the White House. When it comes to money and politicians, I don't really like talking about it or fraud. I mean, the fraud is the problem, but Minnesota lost $9 billion. It's like $9 billion. Like, I don't even know how much that is, dude. If you would have said $900, I'd be like, damn, that's a lot of money. Like, we could have used that money for something else. 9 billion. That's so much money, dude. That's above my pay grade. I just whatever. Trump's spending this much. Gavin Newsom in California is defrauded, $100 billion. It's like, dude. Like that, half the time I'd say that's what we deserve. Like, okay, well, it's just play stupid games, win stupid prizes. The whole money, and when someone brings up like a number, it's just a number to me. When people bring up like a dollar amount, and they're complaining about a dollar amount, I don't see money. I see money. I just see numbers when it comes to money. I love math, so I just see numbers. If you start naming numbers like millions or billions or that really doesn't, it's just numbers, right? So when people start talking about, oh, fucking $10 billion, I'm like, dude, you know how many zeros are in 10 billion? Like, it takes you 2 minutes just to write $1 billion, with all those zeros and shit. Like, it's just, that's not how numbers work. If you put a value on numbers, it doesn't work. Numbers shouldn't have value. They should give you an answer. It's like language to me. It should give you an answer. But like, people that, you hear politicians, people that don't really understand numbers will put a value on money, and then they'll want you to think about money as something to complain about when you just have to work for it. I don't, numbers. I'm not a, I don't, numbers are, no, I like numbers. Numbers are a big deal to me. And if you don't, it's just in my mind. If you start talking about numbers as in dollars, I, I just don't go there. It's a weird thing I deal with. And then the only thing I'm really good at is math. So when people start talking about numbers and this and that, I'm like, dude, I don't think you know how to like multiply, you know? And you want to talk to me about, this big fucking number that you're talking about? Yeah, and and then if you have to put that under the umbrella of politics, that's where I draw the line with numbers. Well, Trump, our military costs $1 trillion. Imagine what we would do with $1 trillion. Or like AOC would bitch about, or Pocahontas would. If Elon Musk could solve the world's hunger problems. That's a girl. That's someone, especially a politician, that doesn't understand numbers. That they'll just say something politically or whatever. They don't really understand numbers. And I remember Elon on Twitter goes, "If you itemize it, I'll look into it." And they don't even know how to, like, they won't know how to itemize. You know, they have a weird thing with no, yeah. Anyways, so every American basically gave $25 to Somalia, dude. The freaking Somali, the Leering Centers. What's up, Gold? Uh, it's a suicide mission if we go feet on the ground. And oh yeah, total suicide, 100%. No boots on the ground. No boots on the ground. Surrounded by mountains with miles of tunnels. Yeah, we agree on that, Gold, for sure. 9 billion divided by 350 million Americans. That's $25 per citizen. Oh, dude. $25 per citizen, and that's just $9 billion in Minnesota. Wait till you hear about California. Wait till you hear about California. We've been, dude. It's just not $25 gold. If you kind of put it in 25 hours, that's 2 hours of work. That's a lot of money, dude. I mean, that's a lot of people working 2 hours for $25 just to give to some fucking retard from Somalia, dude. Just, that's a disease in itself, man, because that's a communist way of thinking where, oh, we have to help our fucking fellow human beings. Like, no. Me and my fellow human being aren't equal. Like, and I always say, me and gold aren't equal. We think different. We know different things. We barely treat each other as equals. I don't know where all this equality bullshit came from. This isn't communism. The whole equality thing just means the government has to treat us equal, which the government's full of morons. So that's how we have to talk to our government. But no, like, we're totally different. Yeah, man, the whole fucking helping retards out from other countries just has to stop, dude. It's so bad. It's so annoying, dude. It wouldn't be that bad It wouldn't be that bad if it wasn't like one demographic of people. That's also the problem. That's also the big problem. Why does it always have to be one particular part of people? You know, do you like? I'll tell you what, man. Here in California, a lot of Asian people, a lot of Asian people, a lot of people from Japan, a lot of people from China. They fucking you'll never see them in the news committing a bunch of fraud and shit. Maybe the people from China, but right. I don't get it, man. I don't why does that have to be why? I just don't get it. I don't get it. And a bunch of like, Mexican dudes or Latino dudes where I live, you go anywhere in California. They are doing all the shitty jobs. They're the maids, they're the fucking mechanics, but one thing I don't one group of people you don't see doing, dude. You don't see them doing it. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. I don't know why it's like that. Hey, Devil Dog, what's up? What's up? IFV Semper Fi, brother. How's tricks? Good, man. Good. Uh, the amount of fraud is insane. What's up, Jester Hero? Hirohito. Then they hate us. They see us as cash cow. My household works hard to support ourselves. They have no right to steal from basic every. Yeah, I agree. I agree, man. They either think we're stupid, naive, or they think this is how it's done. Like in in most African countries, they don't have a word for maintenance. Like dude, oh man, there was a video I watched last night of South Africa of what it was, it's like Iran, dude. It was like in the 70s, Iran. You could see Iranian chicks are pretty hot. You can see them dressed normal, dude. There's this fuck. I wish I could tell you guys the name and the creator, but before and after from 2010 to now, Africa's fucking went to shit. I didn't think it can go to shit even faster, but oh my god, I don't know, man. And I don't want to deal with them. I think we should kick them all out or deport them. Hey, I think everyone's calming down with the deportation of like ICE agents and stuff, right? You don't hear any like protests about that anymore, do you? Not all Americans contribute, so I know I give more. I gave more. Oh yeah, that too, Robert. Yeah, I mean, you get Americans that. Oh, dude, they're. Oh yeah, I did the fraud and oh for sure. There's people that live this world and never get out of that like infant. Someone needs to give me stuff phase. It's that I call it like the child phase or like the dictator phase where you give presents for loyalty. It's like imagine being friends with Kim Jong Un. You gotta like kiss his ass all the time, do things for him. That's how I feel some Americans are. It's like they just expect things to happen for them without them doing anything. And that's like the way a dictator will think. It's like a way a king would think. Like why, and then they get really fucking pissed when things don't work out. They don't know why it didn't work out that way. It's like, well, you never did anything to make it go that way. Yeah, it's a problem out here. But man, you start taking away all this EBT shit, which I think I've heard them do, and a bunch of other freeloading bullcrap. Yeah, I'm just surprised America hasn't like gone bankrupt or something or belly up. I don't know. Like, uh, I have three working adults in my household. Been taxed. You won't believe how much it's taken. They have taxed you again when you And you spend it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You just have to manage your money. It's not that difficult. Just saying people 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 the I this is how I think people look at money different than numbers. They look at money and think it's not numbers. They will collect this paper square and give it to other people as fast as they get it. And when they look at a number like in their bank account, they'll see $1,000. And I when I look at it, I see, was it ones and tens, ones and tens. It's just 1 0 0 0. I don't say 1,000. I want this number to go. If this number just goes up 9 little clicks, this number will go up one. I don't. I look at numbers from right to left. I don't look at them from left. I mean, I do, but if I'm not trying to put a value or look at $1,000 different, you look at one individual number and it just makes more sense. I don't put value on numbers. Yeah, it's weird, man. I helped someone do their taxes. Tell me why someone that made around 4K got back 800 with one kid claimed. That was you get a lot back for your one child. Well, I don't think if she's only making that much, she probably doesn't have any property or a school loan, anything that would deduct your taxes. Oh no, I know a lot of people got a lot of money back because of the Trump tax cuts. That's good, man. If she's not making a lot and she got a lot back, that's good for her. I'm always happy. I'm sad that she had to pay that much into taxes in the first place, but um, most Americans live above their means. Just stop doing that. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh sheesh, sheesh, man. I'm in California, man. Oh yeah, yeah. People live way above their means. Well, there's one chick I I know, kind of know. She's just like she was driving like a beautiful black, like pearl black, shiny black, like Beamer. The insurance on that Beamer has to be like $500 a month, especially in California. And I'm sitting there looking at her job. I'm like, there's no fucking way she can afford that. There's no way. There's no way. I don't know if she has a house or apartment. I don't really care. Never asked. But I was looking at her car. I was like, no way, dude. I claimed three and she got back just as much as us. We paid a hell of a lot more in taxes. I don't know. Yeah, taxes are always different for everyone else. It's hard to like compare and contrast pros and cons with someone else. Even with my brother, dude, my brother got like shit, man. My brother always gets cash back, dude. I fucking always have to like pay or I break even in taxes, dude. I fucking bear maybe get 1,000, $2,000 back. Dude, fuck, dude. I think my brother got like $14,000 back or something. It's something wild. He's been doing that for years too. I don't know. I don't get it, man. I couldn't manage money either when I was 20. Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, yeah. When you're young, yeah. Me, I always saved it. I always like. I never. Yeah. I always put it. I like. It's weird. I still do that to this day. Money's a weird thing, man. People like collecting it, like Pokemon cards. People like spending it just as fast as they get it. Money's a weird thing. Money is a weird thing to people. And people live their imagine waking up, like every morning and the first thing you think about, the first thing that comes to your mind is like, how am I gonna get more money today? Because I need this and that. That's how people in California live. They'll wake up and their whole day will just be about making money, not in a good way. I'm not getting a job, but they'll go out and think of all day, every day. I don't even know. They don't think about like the future. They just get enough money for the day and live the day. I don't get that, man. That's a hard way of thinking. That is a tough way of living your life. Very tough. My job had effed me a few years ago and didn't update my paperwork, so I owed. I made sure that never happens again. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So got 8, got 10 with no dependents. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, taxes. She won't see any of it because she is in with child support. Oh, on kids growing and living on their own. Gotcha. Yeah, taxes are kind of also started a 401k. All right, yeah, 401ks are nice, man. 401ks are nice. I know the golden Trump $1,000 401k if you have a kid. Dude, if I can have a kid right now to get that $1,000, I would just do it for that. You'd be my Trump baby. I'll call him Little Trump. Get the $1,000 401k. That's what our government should be doing. Like, should be, instead of importing a bunch of illegal immigrants, they should just give mothers and fathers a tax break, a huge 401k savings plan for a new child in this world. Not importing a bunch of retards from Somalia, dude. I don't. Oh my god. I just. All I know is our governor might be Republican soon, boys, and that's. We never thought that was gonna happen, right? It's my money and I need it now. Dude, those commercials are fucking killer, dude. It's my money and I need it now. Or this mattress is free. Well, I mean, they nailed it. Those two damn commercials. Banner mattresses. All right, all right. Let's get moving. Let's get moving. Hey, there's no drug addicts at the park. What? Here comes Mama C, boys. Want that piece of that black sugar? Want that black sugar? Who want that black sugar? Who want that black? That was a blurry ass picture, but that was some black sugar right there. We made eye contact. We made eye contact. So I see how much. Should I see how much she's worth? Should I do it? $2 make her holler. $2 make her holler, boys. No, thank you. Oh. You get close to that thing, your ding dong will fall off, dude. I bet she pays taxes, huh? I bet that girl, yeah. I mean, that's a type of person that's just not a big help to society. Just, I'm sure she's on EBT and welfare and child support and I mean, all the programs. I'm sure she's on all the programs. I am sure she's on all the programs. Planned Parenthood, free doctor's appointments, free medication for butthole and STDs, and I guarantee we're paying for that hooker's all her shit just to stand there. But here, dude, you're just not gonna live a fast life. I mean, you're not gonna be alive and your life's gonna be awful, dude. Like, imagine just doing shit like that, dude. You have to feel awful most of the day. Either you're sick or you have doctors and taking medication and dealing with weird dudes. I don't know, man. The market crashed maybe 5 times according to the Dems. Then it never happened. Oh yeah, the stock market. Yeah, yeah. They'll go up and down, up and down, up and down. It was the leaning center, the leering center, the leaning centers. You'd pay $2 for a venereal disease? Oh, dude, people would. I see these bitches get picked up all the time. You'd be shocked. And that's the problem. I'm sure, your local, I don't know, man. Like, I'm not sure who picks these chicks up. Um, I don't know, man. I don't know. But the hookers out here have been here forever, man. And they've been slinging that puss around here. I don't trust the stock market. I'm pretty sure our government is either too stupid or too arrogant. Eventually it'll crash. Well, I mean, the 2010 crash was pretty bad, and then the Wuhan crash. The stock market's not. It's just companies reporting on their physical or quarterly year, right? So like Apple, and then if a lot of companies, report to the stock market trading whatever investment people that they're doing good, that their business went up by a percent, the stock market says, oh, look at Apple said their business is still doing good, up as percent. And it's just like you're betting on American businesses and Americans still buying stuff and American businesses still making stuff. I don't bet the stock market. I look at it as like Americans betting, gambling on themselves. That's how I look at the stock market, because if American companies are doing good, Americans will invest in the stock market. And the reporting of these companies, the quarterly meetings that they ever, their end of the year yearly meetings with the, that decides how much they go up, sales. Yeah, that's how I kind of think about it. Gold, the stock. I don't think about the government or the people in the government. I look at it as American businesses showing proof that their companies are doing good, so people can invest in their company or in the stock market to get a little interest back. Something like that. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? Nick Shirley was in Washington asking the politicians who wrote the bill about the bill. They said, what bill? Really? Really? Yeah, I mean, it just makes them sound stupid, those bills will probably, even if they pass, it, how do you enforce that? How do you enforce someone going up to you and asking questions with the camera? You can't enforce that. You can't enforce someone uncovering fraud. But in a communist state, you can attempt to enforce it. Yeah. And in California, we're little commies out here, man. Obviously, this fucking communist state of mind, they're trying to silence reporters that are trying to uncover fraud. That's not communism. I don't know what is, dude. I have no idea. I mean, and that's what the commander in chief should do, man. The commander in chief, any federal funding coming out of Washington D.C. going to any other state for any other reason, I would almost cancel it. Almost. Well, people just get a job, man. Get a job. There's a UPS right up the street from me. It's a great job, great insurance. They will hire everyone and anyone, and get that. But people won't, man. People just, I don't know. I don't know. There's always going to be crazies, man. There's always going to be crazy. There's always going to be a homeless guy, a bum sleeping on the sidewalk right there. A bum next to a prostitute, next to people waiting for the bus, next to people going to work, next to a house that's probably worth $800,000, next to a Beamer. Welcome to California. That's it, man. That's where I live. People living in an $8,000 house on that same wall, the same wall the house shares, there's a bum sleeping on the outside of the wall. 50 feet from the bum, there's a prostitute. Now, this is how people want to live. By all means, man. It ain't no shame to my game. But if I lived in that house and if I knew there were bums sleeping on the other side of my wall, dude, I would fuck with them all day. I would fuck with those guys all day. I would throw shit. I would throw my dog shit over the wall at them. I would play Allah Akbar music, Allah, 8 times a day. I would fucking buy a drum set, dude. I would buy a drum set outside and just start banging it. I have a tism and I know my own faults, and one of my tisms is if I feel like bugging you, I will do it until I die. I will bug you. I will bug you all effing day. Yeah, it's a thing I have. I can go on a mission and just annoy someone all day. I will plan my entire day around your life so I can bug you. Yeah, it's a weird thing I have. If you bug me, I will purposely go out. I will spend a fucking week planning things to bug you. It's who I am. It's who I am. You start doing weird shit, I can get weird. I can get weird. You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts. And Joe Rogan was in the White House. It was awesome. I don't trust Joe, but President Trump still listened to him, and the troops, yeah, man, shit, sheesh, yeah, man, oh yeah, Joe's a liberal though. He's left leaning as shit. He's always been left leaning. He's a liberal. He thinks, yeah, I there's people, dude, there's people, there's people, there's people like Joe Rogan, right? He's very left leaning, peace and love. Why don't we? I know he wanted like universal income for everyone. There's people like that, which is great. Believe whatever you want, but they'll never say like we have to start killing people. They'll never talk like that. They think that there's people that live in a bubble where wars shouldn't happen. We shouldn't be bombing other places. We should live in peace and love. Dude, we live in outer space on a blue marble full of water and sharks and whales flying through space. If you think we should all live in peace and love, you're delusional. That's how I think. And maybe he might think I'm delusional, but yeah, I don't trust people that want to win hearts and minds. Sometimes you can't win hearts and minds, man. Sometimes you look at the other person and go, "We're not equal, brother. And if you fall, I'm not picking you up because I got shit to do. I got to worry about me, myself, and Irene. I don't." But he has good ideas, man. The dude pushes some good ideas with the ivermectin, or he was the front runner in telling people to fuck off with the Wuhan and COVID vaccines and stuff. So hey, I'm all for it. If you think the world's full of pink rainbows and pillows and sunshine, and that's on you, man. But I'm telling you, I try to tell people like you live in a weird world where you think everyone's safe and everyone's gonna last forever, and no, 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 no. I live by sharks and sperm whales and dolphins and jellyfish and stingrays, uh, great whites, and the free willy whales, the killer whales. Those things are off the coast of California, man. And I shit you not, those are monsters. I worry about monsters. I don't worry about. whatever, the weird stuff. I have three small kids. Baby Shark is banned. Baby Shark, do 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 do. Baby Shark, do 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 do. Baby Shark. I'm glad they stopped playing that song at baseball games. It was killing me. Great for sleep. Yo, good morning, Dirty Money. Semper Fi, brother. What's going down? What's going down? The tariffs are going to start being refunded to the companies and exports that paid, but they passed the buck onto consumers, so we paid the bill and the companies double dipped. Yep, I heard that, Gold. I heard some of the companies are getting refund. Um, the only I heard Costco's gonna pass the refund on to the customers, but that's it. I maybe one of like Target or something. But yeah, everywhere else is there. Yeah, they double dipped for sure. Who can you blame though? Can you blame the president? Sure, you can blame the president. You shouldn't put a bunch of tariffs on. Can you blame the court system that shut down the tariffs? Sure. Are they gonna? They're gonna probably fight it in court again, so the feds don't. There's one that the federal government. Can you imagine? Can you imagine the federal government paying back, what was it, like $200 billion to companies? Sheesh. They're going to try everything in their power not to to drag that out for so long. I know they're going to fight it, right? They're going to have to fight it because the federal government ain't going to try to give Walmart or Costco fucking money. It'll be interesting. Almost 600K companies are getting refunded. Shit, that fucking they got to take that to the Supreme Court. Something who what was it you might I don't I heard about this, but I didn't really. Who's the judge that turned over that case? Was it a liberal judge or Supreme? I'm not sure. I gotta before I talk about it. I gotta figure out who overturned the tariffs. And could it be overturned? Can you overturn the overturn? We'll see. They're going to use taxpayer money. Oh, for sure. Latinzana? Latinza? I don't know. What's up, Latin? I'm just going to call you Latin. They're going to use taxpayer money. Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, that's a given. Yeah, remember, the federal government doesn't produce or make anything to make their own money. They have to take it from taxpayers. They always take it from taxpayers. That's how it is. Yeah, we got to check. We got to check on the court system on who overthrew it. Was it like a left leaning liberal judge? I got it. We'll look into that. We'll look into the tariffs. Definitely, Donald Trump is a pompous idiot. He is going bankrupt and leave all your services and investors holding a bill you will never pay. Oh, that maybe I don't have no idea. Is a an investor's holding a bill. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see how I have no idea. I have no idea. Yeah. I got to look more into the financial. I'm more of a war-minded greatest president of our lifetime. What's up, IVF? I think so too, brother. I think he's if I were president, I would have pretty much done the same thing. As in like, I'm tired of hearing about Cuba. I'm tired of hearing about Iran. I'm tired of hearing about the weirdest shit, the drug cartels. I'm tired of hearing about Mexico bitching and complaining. The CIA, two CIA dudes died in Mexico. I am, and if I were 82 or however old Trump, Imagine just all the shit that, uh, we have the military to squash the problem. Let's squash the problem and get it done. That's the way I think. I like to get shit done. I would have bombed Cuba back in the 80s. You know, Mexico's been a fucking pain in my family's ass for years, dude. I would invade Mexico again like we did in the 1800s. No, not really, but you know what I mean. There's just countries that we've been hearing and dealing with forever, and I'm glad that we're finally pulling off the band-aid. We're finally pulling off the band-aid. And I'm tired of growing up in the when I was in the military, man, we were the world police. We were the world police. We policed. We made sure, and we were the world police for like fucking 70 years, dude. And it's exhausting. And no one appreciates it. NATO doesn't care. The UN doesn't care. No one's like, dude, thanks, America. Our closest ally in the Redcoats are fucking douchebags. I don't trust those guys at all. I don't trust the United. I trust the United. I trust Mexico than more than United Kingdom. I'd rather go to Mexico than United Kingdom, man. Afghan, he ended the Obama casualties night and day difference. Yeah, man, I'm the whole like war on terror or like global war on terror, Iraq war. We don't need to put boots on the ground anymore, you know? I'm shocked. I'm shocked that Iran, I'm shocked. It just shocks me how good our military is. It's sweet. For one, I'm sick and tired of having to play magic with my budget on what else can we cut to pay more for necessities and watch all my tax dollars get basically blown on the strip club for all I know. Oh yeah. Well, Gold, we still have a lot of problems. We still have a lot of problems with our tax money and where it goes. Oh yeah, we still have a ton of problems, dude. I think it's gonna take multiple presidents to think and say the same thing for something kind of major to happen. Like Trump can't do it all in one term. It's got to be like back to back, like 20 years running of like the same mindset of financial audits, federal audits. How do you stop it? How do you stop the machine? How do you stop? It's hard stopping it once it gets going. I mean, look, like Minnesota, $9 billion, dude, $9 billion. I couldn't even tell you how you couldn't even spend that in a lifetime, dude. I stopped on a pile. Now there's a nice. Inflation was higher with Joe though. It was, I think so. Like, especially at the grocery store. Inflation was definitely higher at the grocery store. Definitely. I mean, with every president, inflation's a thing. It happens. It's inflation went up with Bush. Inflation went up with Obama, Biden. It goes up. That's what it does. It goes down. It goes up. Goes down. It's a money thing. Remember, I don't bitching about money and all this can only go so far. Money's just paper. Paper with letters and a face on it. Money's not that valuable. It's valuable, but not that valuable. Can't let it ruin your day. And then there's people in our government that print money out on big sheets of paper, and then they cut them. What is it, the IRS? The printing machine, It's just ones and zeros, ones and zeros. There is the Fed inflation rate and the real inflation rate. It's all on what categories they use to make the inflation rate. Yeah. Yeah, then they'll go. Then they'll like they won't they'll use oh yeah. I mean I did that with my company. You do it. When you're trying to it's a form of communism, man. It's you can make the numbers work for you. You can make the numbers speak highly of you. You can make the numbers be positive. It's just the way you present the numbers. And if you're not good at looking at numbers, you'll be tricked. And most people are tricked, you know. I mean, most people in government aren't financially sound. You know, I mean, people are I just can't. You know, people in money, man, are silly billies. You know, silly billies. It was high. Oh yeah, groceries are not included with fa- uh, factoring inflation. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Good to know. Good to know. Good to know. Man, my back is sore. Shit, dude. Well, the one thing we have to kind of like here like I don't know where America is going, which I never knew where America. I don't think anyone knows kind of where America is going. But I think America doesn't know where it's going, good or bad. That doesn't matter either. But I don't know where the world is going. You know, usually it's one or the other. Like, oh shit, America's, the U.S. of A. is, we're invading a country, or whatever. But now we're changing the way countries do business. We're changing the way who's friends with who. We're seeing who, and it's quite interesting to see. Like the UN and NATO, all like, uh, uh, do they like if we like NATO or NATO, right? If we pay out that much money into propping up NATO or the UN, God, I'm cramping in my back. Where is their military? What when I, I don't think I've ever seen the NATO like if Russia beats Ukraine and goes into fucking wherever, where's this NATO military? How do they? I I think it's such a scam that I don't think there is like a NATO military to go. There might be a little bit to on paper, or to like, oh yeah, these are the guys. But I don't know, man. Like when you don't when shit happens and you have the tools to stop like a war or prevent something, but you never use that tool, it makes me believe that you don't really have that tool, or you have half the tool. So if we're giving the UN and NATO most of its money, and they're not helping us use a tool, sending ships or whatever they have in their inventory, I don't think they have the tool. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? I don't think they're blue helmets. Yeah, yeah. It's for defensive purpose. Only Ukraine's not a part of it. Yeah, yeah. I know. Like Ukraine's not a part of it. I mean, I'm not saying invade a country. I just never seen them. I never seen them. The guys with the blue helmets, like I, I want to. I don't like the guys with the blue helmets. You think the guys with the blue country and not at? I think they're when you say they're on defense, or they're whatever, they're not. American soldiers. So they're probably underpaid, underfed. Gear's probably older than shit. Multiple different languages. You don't know who the guys to the left or right of you. There's no like, oh yeah, you go to Germany to train for the UN military. There's a boot camp there that's there's no boot camp that I'm aware of to combine to make the troops right. So why I keep hearing about these UN troops, but I never see them. They never help. They're never really around. Right? It's strange. It's just strange. And it doesn't make sense. I would keep our bases in our countries. We're cups in the air, we so fine. So why was NATO in Afghan and Iraq for 22 years? NATO was in Afghanistan and Iraq for 22 years. She could have fooled me, man. I never saw NATO in Iraq. NATO was in Iraq for 22 years. Really? As someone that was in Iraq, never saw them. I never saw. Ooh, that guy was going to get hit. I don't know what the UN or NATO was doing in Iraq, but it sure as shit wasn't fighting the war. So, like I said, if they're not doing the thing that needs to be done, then why are we paying them? That's what that's the conclusion I come to. Why are we even paying someone? What they do? What did the UN do in Iraq? I never saw them. I can't. I was there. I never saw anyone with blue helmets. No one introduced them as I worked for the UN or NATO. Nope, 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 nope. Nope, 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 nope. Oh, it's a nice little house. Because since World War II, Russia has not invaded. Talking about. Why are you acting as if they're supposed to show up to defend Ukraine? No, I don't care about Ukraine. No, 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 I don't care about Ukraine. If it's not a tool to be used when we choose to go to war, well, if it's not a tool that we can't use, then why are we paying for said tool, right? If it's a tool, if we own that tool and we can't use that tool, why are we paying for that tool? I mean, we're just talking about taxes and blowing money there, blowing money there. If we're paying 85% of a bill and we can't use whatever we're paying for, why are we paying for that? The UN, I cannot tell you one thing the UN has done where it's like, fuck, good thing we're paying for them. Sheesh. The United States has no business to be doing the bidding of Israel. We should have never. This is all for the Greater Israel Project. The Greater Israel Project. Maybe I'm sure Israel has an idea of like a game plan of where they want to go or what they want to do. Yeah, yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure they have an idea of who they want to help or who they convince to help them. Sure. Did they convince the U.S. to help them? I think they did. Yeah, I'm sure they. Hey, U.S., help us out. Checking in, Unc Andy. What's up, brother? How you doing, man? Simplify, simplify. What's going down? How you doing, man? Simplify, simplify. What's going down? I'm kind of. As long as our children and grandchildren don't have to deal with the Iranian crazy people, the Aloha snack bar. That's the best, man. That's it. It's done. Iraq. We won't have to deal with the crazy military there. Uh, We had 2 CIA guys die in Mexico. That's. Did you hear what happened to those Mexican dudes or our CIA guys? They drove off a 600-foot cliff. Did you guys hear about that? Did you guys hear anything more about that? Like how do two full-grown adults drive off a 600-foot cliff? Like that, something really shady's going on. That's a real shady. That's real shady, you know? That's real shady. I'm not as I think everyone could afford to live off. Yeah, gold live those she got that Indian blood in her, man. She lives off the land, you know. Everyone could afford to live off. We stopped taxing the shit out of us and other countries. Yeah, that's the problem, Gold. It's there's a part of our government, our people that we elect, the way we've been intertwined over the last like 100 years, that getting involved in other countries shit is really starting to bug everyone. I mean, it bugs me, dude. I know it has to be done. Like I get it. I understand that working with Israel is a thing. You know, fucking get doing business with Japan or protecting Taiwan. I understand it. You know, like I'm reading a book. I understand why we do the things we do. And that all lingers from the last like 100 years, man. Just fucking here's where I think if we didn't take like if we didn't do what we did after World War II and all that stuff, we might live in a different world than we do now, you know. But if our okay, how am I going to explain this? Huh? We are what we're at where we're at, helping all these other countries and doing all this other shit because what after World War I and World War II, kind of ballparking it. That that needs to end. That way of like, after it's still after the world wars where we need to make sure communism doesn't spread and help these countries get built up. I The only solution to that, to get rid of that, is to finally end the war, man. We have to, whoever bugs us, if we want to stop investing in and putting other countries before our own, we have to end the war, the end all wars, man. There's still militaries out there, there's still communism, and my man Trump is trying to rip that Band-Aid off, that's the way my opinion and things, the way I look at things. If we want to stop doing this shit, go and helping and putting up with all these weird, that we gotta all our enemies, anyone that can give us problems, we gotta end this. We gotta fucking end it. What was it, Eisenhower or General Patton or Eisenhower? They wanted to keep driving into Russia. They didn't want. They wanted in Vietnam. If it wasn't for fucking politicians, we should have gone right into China. We should have ended all these problems a long time ago. Where I kind of think, if we want to back away and not deal with anybody's the world's problems, any military that's alive right now, we have to fuck them up. Any military, so we never have to deal with this shit again. Iran, and it's slowly happening. I think we're getting to where we want to be. Gold. I think we do. 1% is just what we send in financial aid. How much have we sent into Iran so far? Equipment. You can't even you can't even put a price on it. You can't even put a price on that gold. It's so much money. That's what I'm saying. Once you get above like $1 million for me, it's so much money. It's money. It's uncomprehensible. Like you can say a million to 20 billion. It's uncomprehensible to me. Right? Is that the right word? It's too much of a. It's already too much. It's already too much. But if I want to solve this fucking problem, Iran, North Korea, China, and Russia already, Russia destroyed their own army. So as long as we can deal with Russia's weird propaganda, communist speaking bullet points, I'm cool with that. But North Korea's got to go. Iran's already gone. China, we can send back to the Stone Age, I think, financially. But I mean, if China goes after any other country in Asia, we're going to be all over Taiwan, all over Taiwan, just like we're all over Israel. And go. There'll be the same argument. Why are we helping Taiwan? They're convincing us to go to war for them. Blah blah blah, dude. We have to end. We have to end the war to end wars. We have to do this. It's got to be done soon, man. And just politically, people are fucking panties in a bunch. Oh, you bombed a school. That's why we haven't done it yet. You think people in America give a shit about whether we bombed a school or not? You think we give a shit? No one cares, dude. No one fucking gives a. No one gives a crap. Uh, we are in for. Oh yeah, I did. And that I don't know. Free college and free housing for every citizen. What the fuck are we sending 70 billion a year? Oh shit, dude. Yeah, I don't 40. Oh wait, I read the wrong one. We are in for we are bankrupt. Oh, beyond bankrupt. We're beyond bankrupt. We should not be sending $1 of our coffers to any foreign nation. Yeah. I agree with you. Israel has free healthcare, free college, and free housing for every citizen. That's what we've been doing to like Europe too, right? I mean, it's been like we've been propping up other countries with their free bullshit, and I'm with you on that, man. Trust me, Gold. I'm with you, man. We're trying to reach the same goal, just taking two different paths. Saying, I think everyone, I don't want to fucking help Israel. I don't care. I don't care. I don't want any money going there. I don't care if they get invaded. But I will fuck up Iran. Yes. If Israel calls and say, "Hey man, we're gonna go bomb them. Do you guys want to join?" I'll be like, "Yep, let's do it right now." If two people agree to punch someone in the face, I'm all for it. But the money, yeah, I trust me, dude. I'm with you, man. It's there's a problem. There's still a problem. There's still a problem, dude. I don't think it'll ever be corrected. I don't know, Gold. Even if we can our next president, I don't know, man. I don't know how to do it. The only solution I have, and this is my peanut brain, if you're not Japan and or like Taiwan or just a country we do good business with, and is a great member of society and has a good strong military like I would bomb you almost immediately. I would send you back to zero and that's it. We don't have to deal with them. That's what I would do. The corruption, the shit that the CCP, China does, and North Korea, just the shit that if you remove the problems, there will be no problem. There will be no wars anymore. Israel won't have to be a paranoid, radical state because there will be no more militaries to invade them, no more bombings. I think we're getting there, Gold. I think we're slow. What's up, Dirty Money? How you doing, brother? Simplify, simplify. We sent aid to 147, 49 country. Israel's the only nation we see return investment from. And you got Dirty Money. You got a point too. Like if there was one country the last country I would stop doing business with would be Israel, dude. I guarantee you, we send money to Africa. I guarantee you. We prop up most of Africa. I guarantee you. At least Israel, at least the boys in Israel want to go to war with us. They're down as fuck. I'm always down for I'll look the other way if your boys are down to fuck punch dude in the face with me. I'm fucking down. You're down to do that. I'll look the other way. But if we're getting ah, you're right. Like I want a return on investment. You're right, 100%, 100%. If fucking dudes, dude, like I'm sure I'm sure we prop up everything. Obviously, the UN and NATO are funded by yeah. Well, I hope this whole Iran thing, the one good thing that can maybe come out of it is that it's Trump did it hopefully to show Americans at NATO or the UN, hey, they're not going to be here for us. What the redcoats, Britain said we can't even use their airspace. It's time to look at our investment the other way, right? I mean, it's time to think about who we investing in. But if we keep people chanting "Death to America" and Iran, then there's no point. If we got to do it, let's do it, man. There's Iran, North Korea, and China. Those are my three bugaboos that we're going to probably end up bombing, or just North Korea and China. Russia, if there's one douchebag, I would still have as a neighbor, maybe be Russia. It's like Russia hates itself. So if you're Kamala costs more just trying to run for president. Pretend they called you so we can see you in what? In your pickle suit. I want to send $0 to any of those 140. Yeah, I'm with you on that one, Gold. When your friend's credit card are maxed out and you can't afford the electricity. Yeah, no, you're right, dude. Gold. If I were president, I would put you in charge of my books. And if you didn't like where the money was going, all you had to do is that's what I would do, dude. I would open up the books. Any checks, I would go. Where is this? Call them. What do you guys do? Okay, you're by Monday you won't get any funding from the federal government. Bye. This isn't a job. Remember, this is government. You don't. There's no HR department. You can be fucking fired for sneezing wrong. You can be fired for fucking sneezing wrong. Blaming everyone else for my money never got me far. Blame. I think you're. I know what you're saying. I think you're getting like how much money I make and then where my money goes. Those are two different subjects. If you're getting mad that you're not making money, well, then that's blaming everyone else for your money problems. But if it's a social program like our federal government and our money's going to things that we don't agree with, well, I think you have every right to bitch and complain. I think you have every right because most Americans don't agree with socialism. And if my tax dollars go to somewhere where I don't agree with, well, you're going to hear about it. I won't complain on where I'm getting my money or how you're getting your money, but yeah, I don't agree with giving money to the United Nations or NATO. Why would I be okay with giving my money to them? Why? I don't fucking know them. Man. They never helped me when I was fighting the war in Iraq against Saddam's Republican Guard or Al Qaeda or the Taliban. Where was the United Nations? Where was the UN? They didn't help me. I don't want to give my money to someone to fight my war. I'd rather fight the war I want, when I want, how I want. I would get rid of all those fuckers, dude. I would fucking if Europe wants the UN and the United Nations to, they can pay for it themselves. We don't need to partake anymore. That's a European thing. That military stays in Europe. That military doesn't stand in the United States, right? I fucking go to Europe then. If you guys want a massive European military, go for it. America doesn't need to pay for that. We got our own goddamn military, our huge military. Our tax dollars are funding New York City right now. Oh, for sure, dude. And Los Angeles. And Los Angeles. And Los Angeles. For sure. For sure. Yep. You're dirty money, 100% right, brother. 100% right. If I'm uh, filtering the bill, then I deserve a say. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was New. Yeah. Yurkistan. What's up, Fred MC? That's a good one, brother. New Yurkistan. I like that. I like that one. Yeah, we're Los Angeles too, man. Portland, Oregon. All those cities are being all funded somehow with EBTs. I'm sure we're funding millions of people on EBT. I don't know, boys. We got a lot of work to do. A lot of work to do. I don't know. I don't know how to solve it. Fuck, dude. Eventually, the people, Americans that are paying the taxes, are going to stop trying to pay the taxes. That's what it probably will boil down to. Fuck, dude. I don't know, man. I don't know. But let's stay one problem ahead. Let's end this war in Iran. Continue this ceasefire and make sure, whatever happens in the Strait of Hormuz, I personally don't give a shit. I'm glad Iran was bombed to oblivion. I would probably bomb them one more time and knock out all their infrastructure again, and then call it a day. And let whoever's oil deal with the oil in the Strait. You guys deal with it. We're out. Americans are done. Then I would go to Cuba, deal with that problem. And then the only two problems we have left is North Korea and China, military wise. Gavin trying to stop Nick Shirley's crazy shit, man. I'm about to drive around and fucking start asking people questions. That won't happen. We'll see though, man. We'll see, man. We'll see. It's gonna get weird here. It's been an honor. It's been a blessing. I'm gonna go get the old pug and take her for a walk. got some house chores to do. But anyways, boys, I'm out of here. Have a good one. We'll be on again next week, bright and early. We'll be making fun of everybody and seeing where the world lands. On that note, simplify devil dogs. Enjoy your week. Enjoy your weekend. Stay American. Helmet's not a chair. Adapt and overcome. And you fight wars with your hands, boys. Dirty money, gold, IFV, simplify, gentlemen. Later. Peace.